Okay, so in this lesson, what we're going to talk about is using markers to mark the beat or different areas in your film so that you can come back to them later. Markers are a great way to share information with other people collaborating. It's how you would cut up chapters of a film, or it's a way to kind of match the beat so that you know how to go ahead and set up your film. Working in a music video scenario, you're going to need to be cutting on the beat constantly. Nobody wants to watch a 10-second clip. Nobody wants to watch a 30-second clip. Go watch your favorite YouTubers out there. You'll see that they cut constant little clips, cutting all their ums and likes and mess ups out, leaving only the good stuff. Nobody's watching a YouTuber that sits there and talks for 30 minutes straight and doesn't really get to the point. Right? So let's look at our music video that we have for today, what we're going to do. If we look in our project panel from what I sent you today, I sent you a laundry list of clips. I sent you a bunch to work with. So it's up to you to kind of work with this how you want to, okay? But what we're going to do to start with, oh, I'm sorry, and I've also given you the master song for Believer here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by grabbing any one of these clips. I'm going to go to bass 1. It's got audio and video. I'll drag it into my timeline to create my sequence, and then I'll delete the video out. Now, in the actual panel here, it's going to give you a sequence called bass 1 above bass 1 MP4. Name that match or markers sequence. And then drag that into the matching the beat folder. That's your sequence. That's what you're going to be working on throughout this. Now, I want you to drag in your Believer master and put that on the A1 layer. I want you to kind of scroll in and I want you to listen to it for a second, okay? I'm going to go ahead and play it. Now, right there when he starts singing First Things First, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to cut off this film. I don't want any of him talking in this. I just want that opening beat, right? Now it's a very clear beat. Bump, bump, ba 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 bump. Bump, ba 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 bump, right? But I don't want to sit here and try to guess. Now I can guess, don't get me wrong. I can open up my A1 layer. I can zoom in. I can see these waves where it peaks at the top. That's clearly where that beat's hitting. And in this scenario, it's real easy to find. But in a real song, a longer song, it's going to get a little more muffled and a little harder to find. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and set my markers. Now I need to have nothing selected, so click off, like click up here in the timeline somewhere so nothing's lit up white. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to listen to the song. As I'm listening, I'm going to hit the M button, M for markers, on top of each one of these beats. Now, as I do that, what's going to happen is it's going to create a marker at the top. Bam. You see this little green marker? I can double click on that and I can open that up for a whole boatload of options. First, you can change the color to kind of have markers color coded. Say this is the beat marker, they're all green. Here's where I need to make any edits or errors or changes on anything that's red. Maybe this purple one is where the chapter cuts. So, you know, when you're skipping DVDs or whatever, chapter to chapter, it would go to that spot. And you can name your markers. You can leave comments in here. This clip sucks. Fix it. Right? So that way, when you're working with a team, the team can see that this is a problem and they can come in and fix that problem later on. Now, I'm just going to stick on green. I'm going to hit OK. So, if I want to get rid of that, I can right click up here on this timeline and go to clear all markers. If you're not careful and you have the clip selected and you hit M, you'll leave a marker on the clip itself, which can be kind of a problem. You can see it in your source panel. It does the same thing. It just doesn't show up on your timeline the same. So be careful not to have a clip selected. Otherwise, you can only edit that in your source monitor. And we want to kind of avoid that if possible. So now, I'm going to listen to this, and I'm going to hit M on every beat. So, oh, and you see I've already got it cut in the wrong spot. I'm on the wrong area. So you got to be careful with it because it's easy to do. Now we got it. And you can see even there I missed some along the way. That's perfectly fine. You can always kind of come back, and you can use those audio cues to mark where you need it to be. So that's my spot. Click off of it, mark my M. And I may be off a little bit on some of them. There's nothing perfect about it either. So we can always come back. And you see this one's way off. I can click on it and I can drag it to where it needs to be. Now what's the benefit of this, right? Well, let's grab a clip and let's look at it. Now before we really start here, I want you to lock your A1 layer. Hit that lock, because this is going to be your ultimate song. So when you're working on your music video, you don't want to mess up the song itself, right? You don't want to have any weird skips or cuts in there. So just go ahead and lock that in where it is. This A1 option to the left, this is where everything's going to come in from inserting and overwriting. So I'm going to put that down to A2. So A1 right next to A2. Up here at the top, I'm on V1, so that's all good. So I'm going to look into my clips. I'm going to find a clip that I like. I'm just going to go for Dan fighting one here. I'm going to find an area that I like, and I'm just going to hit I for my good Lord, let me speak English here. I for my mark in and O for my mark out. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit period. That's going to create an overwrite. Now you're going to see this clip's going to come in mad long. I want it to stop right at this beat, this second beat. I can do a couple things. I can shorten it. That's one way. I can right click on it, go to my speed and duration, and just make this way faster. Maybe that lined up really good right there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed it up. So when it comes in, all right, look at that shot. That was good. I'm also going to add a transition on this. I'm going to hit Command D. That's going to give me a cross dissolve. I'll put it on the end there, and I'll put another one at the front. That way it kind of fades up and fades out. What it's really going to do is it's going to dip to black because my bottom screen is black. So you see it just fades. So he matches that beat. See how it stops? Bam. Next, I'm going to go find another clip. So we're going to go to Dan punching here like he's all tough. In, out. Put my playhead right where it needs to be on that marker. And I'm going to hit period again. Now I can shorten this up, and you see when I do this, it kind of snaps to that beat. You see that little white arrow pop up, that black line, and it gives you an easy way to kind of line this up. All right? So I'm going to go through these next couple clips, and I'm just going to find a clip of my bass guitar player, mark me a quick in and out point, and I'm going to come over here, place my playhead, and hit period again. Now be careful, because this one comes in with audio, because it has audio, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to mute my audio 2 layer and not care. I could use Alt or Option and click on that and delete, but I can just mute that whole layer and not worry about it. So there's my bass. Where's my drum? Grab him. He's actually lined up pretty good here. And I'm just going to go marker to marker on each one of these. Shorten them up so that they match those markers well. My guitar player, where's he at? If you haven't watched this guitar player dance, I fully suggest doing so. He's got some fantastic moves, let me tell you. Alright, so if it comes in long, I can speed it up or I can cut it off, whatever floats your boat. And then the last one I'm looking for is Dan vocals. Now there's 2 of these in here. There was one where he's sitting here kind of rapping, I guess, to the camera, and one where he's blued out like everybody else. This clip's like 3 minutes long though, so be careful. It may look like a short clip up here, but in this 8-second clip, it's going to be a long one. Alright, so he'll match that beat. So what I should have is a nice little section. Right? See how it's bouncing? So let's go back. Next section, I'm going to grab Dan again. Finding one of those clips. I don't really care which clips you're using here. You feel free to kind of experiment with it. Now, if done right, it's okay to leave a beat unattended. to not add a cut to that specific beat. That being said, I would rather you do more than not enough, right? So the more you put in there, the more impressed I'm going to be, the better your grade's going to be, period. So make sure you're doing more and you're not just limiting yourself. I don't want to see, really long edits for no reason. That bores me. All right, so I'm going to get to this point. I got 2 more Dan fightings. And then right here, I'm going to do the same thing as before, but I'm going to do it a little differently. You need to get used to experimenting with your film and not just placing individual clips in individual spaces. I want you to kind of, play around with this stuff. It's boring if you don't play around with it. There's a lot of people that don't like video editing, and I understand, that's fine. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But I guarantee those people that specifically dislike it because it's boring to them. And it's boring to them because they don't think outside of the box. You know what I mean? You got to get out of your head a little bit. And you can't be scared to make errors either. Alright, so on this next clip, be careful because I'm going to start stacking these on top of each other. If you look right here, this V1 is going to move up on each one of these. That way the clip gets placed above the one before it. Lord, that was a long clip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of staircase these. So it's 1, 2, and I'm just going to keep going up like that. It may come up because we're going to need a V4. You may need to move one kind of up to give yourself that V4 layer. Feel free to do so. I'm going to move my V1 next to my V3. I'll find my next one. I'm going to look for Dan Vocals again. And just grab a little chunk of him. Hey, that worked out pretty good. And match that beat. So always kind of come up to that marker as best you can. And up to V4. Who am I missing? I got drums, bass. I'm missing my guitar player doing his amazing dance moves. Alright. And I'll put him in there at V4. So experiment with them. Play with them. Make your clips move. Make them pop like that. Right? Maybe this time I'll make one disappear a little differently. Maybe I'll, add a blending mode coming into my effect controls and blend one down to the next. So they're both kind of sitting on top of each other. Maybe a screen would be a little better. Alright, so let's try blending all of those into each other. Let's see what that looks like. Who knows? You know what I mean? You got to play with things. Right? Crazy little glitch effect. I'm with it. Maybe I'll add a dip to black on all those before I continue on. You got to play. You got to play. Now, here's what I want out of today's lesson. I want you to add markers to your beat. I want to see these markers in your screenshot today. I want you to play around with this film. I want to see cuts on every one of those beats, and I want to see different clips on every one of those beats. All the way through this 8-second clip. What I really would like you to do is experiment. I'd like you to grab some of these clips. So say his face here. Go to effects. Go to video effects. Go try some of these different options and see what comes up. You never know what you're going to be able to do. It's just playing around with things. So turbulent displace. Let's see what that looks like. All of a sudden I got his face all warped up and crazy looking. Alright? So maybe I'd start with it not warped at all, and then I just warp it out to nothing. Again, go to amount, set your keyframes. As that's blinking, maybe right here I'll add more. So it just kind of fades up to that. I don't care. Experimentation is key. You really have to be able to play around with this. Try color balance, see what you can come up with. These clips are all set in a certain tone. That doesn't mean they have to be. You can change the color on these. Maybe I want that to look greenish, reddish, yellowish. Play around, okay? If you tinker with this, if you play around with this and you add effects to a bunch of these clips, don't submit a screenshot today. Send me an MP4. I might give you a little extra credit along the way. So if I've got at least 10, I'll say, effects on these things, send me an MP4 along with your screenshot, and I'll give you some extra credit. If you've got beats, or I'm sorry, cuts matching this beat exactly with markers up here, shoot me a screenshot, and that'll be your credit for today. All right, look forward to seeing what you can do.